we're here at Fiber Optic. I'm trying to get information about how Fiber Optic works, and for people who are really confused about how it functions here in Sierra Leone, we have access to most of the areas where everything is connected with the man in charge, Mr. Mohamed Sharif. So yeah, this is just outside Fiber Optic compound. As you can see, that's a pole that they said all the companies are connected to right now. They're using like microwaves, but very soon probably I think they will have something much bigger. So Fiber Optic is on, it's working, but I think it's only available to companies like telecommunication companies like Airtel, Sierra Leone, Comion, whatever it is. So very soon it will come to people's houses, then we'll be able to access very easy and free. Yes.
Current cable that we have started in March, France. That's segment 1, and then segment 1 ended in Dakar. So along the way you have Lisbon, or Lisboa as they call it, and then there's what we call another branch. It's called a Stones BU, and we have Nouakchott here on segment 1. So segment 1 ends, and then we have Dakar for segment 2, Dakar all the way to Abidjan. But along the route we have Banjul, Conakry, Freetown and Monrovia. So we're all connected, and you can see, if you see this in green without any problem here, it means the country is connected to the fiber. And then in segment 3 we have from Abidjan all the way to Sao Tome. All of these countries in between, you have Accra, Lagos, Bata, Libreville are connected. And we have a couple of Stones BUs here, which means that other locations are going to be connected later on. And then below we have segment 4, which goes all the way to Southern Africa. So Sierra Leone is connected to the ACE or African coast to Europe's submarine cable system. Alright, let's move here. Here we have the companies that are currently connected to the fiber. So as you can see here, we have the names of the companies, and I think if we could just switch to that screen where you can see the names. What he's doing here is just to add or include the names there. Here, so you see every company providing telephony or internet service is listed here. Seratel, Airtel, Afcom, Line, Comion, and Seratel actually has 2 STM ones. So you have Sarah Wi-Fi, a new company, Africell and IPTEL. So let's go now to the equipment room. And this gentleman here is the station manager, Mr. Claude John. And you have Mr. Sylvester Elliott, the senior engineer. And gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, what we can do is we'll just go around the place quick. So you just introduce yourself quickly. So
William Bliss, assistant electronics engineer.
Okay. And you, sir?
I am Mohamed Ayoub, assistant technical engineer.
And you, sir? So we're gender sensitive, so we have a female here as well. Now guys, I just want to demonstrate something to the Sierra Leoneans in and out of the country, or those in the diaspora. So show me, can you just demonstrate that we can watch the fiber that we produce here? You can watch a game, right? Can you just pull up the EPL, English Premier League, and then let's click on the game, and so people can really see the speed that we're having here. And the idea is that is always, people are saying, is this fiber really here? We want to show people that the fiber is really here. Maybe just do one streaming. So what this is, yes, go ahead.
It's not yet time.
Yes, but if there is a game that...
These are the names that are told.
So
let's go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube and
Al Jazeera, or you watch a movie.
or Al Jazeera. Go to a news channel. AlJazeera.com. Good. So basically what we're doing, you see how fast the guy clicks, the page pops up, like anywhere in the world, anywhere in Europe. The sound, although the sound is, but you can see that you watch
live stream,
live stream,
So after spending almost 2 hours inside Fiber Optic, it was clear that Fiber Optic is on in Sierra Leone because I used the services myself to watch live streaming from Al Jazeera to CNN and even upload videos. The speed was incredibly fast for a country like Sierra Leone that has just joined the technology world. I had the opportunity to get a full tour of every single room in the Fiber Optic station, with the man in charge explaining every single details of how the system works. So we will take you step by step in every single room, and you will get the opportunity to get every single details of how the cables are connected from France around the world to Sierra Leone.
What we have in the submarine system, we have what we call the express fiber and the omnibus fiber. The express fiber is like the main highway. That highway started from France and it goes all the way to Southern Africa. What we call the omnibus fiber is a junction that comes into each country. So that fiber or the road leading from Sierra Leone to the main highway, the express highway. So once the fiber came, there's what we call the branching unit or BU. The BU is the one that allows the branching, or like you have a junction to come into the country. The cable comes and goes into a beach manhole outside, and then it's brought into a zero manhole outside this wall. And as you can see, that's the cable thing there. It looks very big.
Yeah.
It is big because it is what we call the armor, to give it protection from cable breaks and any other problems like that in the sea, from fishing and so on. So the actual cable comes in here, but the size is a little bigger than the size of your ear, and it can take all the media we have in Sierra Leone to America or Europe under a second. All that is. So let's come here now. So once that cable is so it comes in here, and it terminates into this called the cable termination cabinet. This equipment here is called the power feeding equipment. So in here, the cable terminates to the shelf, and it has electrical and optical components. The electrical component goes into the electrical, and the optical component goes into the optical. Alright, these are all the capacity that this system is capable of handling. We have STM16 and we have 64 up there, and STM4 and STM1. What does STM mean? It's called synchronous transport module. You have module 1, module 4, module 16, and module 64. And when you move to that, that's 10G is what they call module 64. So each of these modules here is STM1. We call it the mil kilometer because it's the smallest port that we have. So as you can see, this here is for Seratel, this is for chromium. By the way, the chromium okay, we still have it here.
Let me help you.
Yeah, we still have it there, so that's fine. So you still have it there. That's chromium. Luckily we have it twice here. So chromium, Africell, so IPTEL, all of these guys are connected here, Seratel and all. So once we're done here, so here is the battery bank, or these are electricity room. As you can see, everything is ducted here. Everything comes through a duct, and these are mains, the gen sets. What we do is we have 2 generators. We basically have 4 generators here. So it means I have one working, there's a backup to it, there's another backup to it, there's another backup. The reason being that we want to make sure that this place is always have electricity, or it's always on. We can't afford to have this place going off. We also have the NPA coming, and that project is almost completed. They've done the transformer, we have our own transformer, and they've done the underground cabling, and they are actually in the final phase of completing the project. So here, this is the distribution cabinet for all of the different equipment. So this here we have a battery bank. This is our AC battery bank. These are DC battery banks. So these batteries can really keep this place on for 4 hours if there is no electricity.
Alright.
So again, it is very important to us to keep this place up and running. So in 4 hours, we would have our act together to get power here. So this is what we have here. Now we go to the equipment. We will now go to the co-location room where all the operators are connected. These are the generators, one working, standby, 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 and so on. We had those that had problems. An alternator, because we are very close to the ocean.
Yeah.
So the alternators blew off.
Okay.
But what we've now done to make sure that we don't have generators blowing off, instead of buying the marine generators, which are a little more expensive, we've installed what we call anti-condensation units within the gensets. So the generator now, the problem with being very close to the ocean is that you have this condensation happening as a result of the salt water. So the salt water interacts with the alternators, it blows them off when the AVR comes on. So what we've done is have this anti-condensation equipment in there, dries up the generator, so when you start you don't have the problem. So now my generators are lasting quite longer than before. And before we were using 250 kVA generators. What we've done is reduce the capacity because we're pouring a lot of fuel and it costs a lot of money. These tanks are 10,000 liters each. They hold 10,000 liters of diesel each. So we were burning over 300 and something liters a day for 24 hours. So I've reduced it by reducing the size of the generators from 250 to 150 and to 180. Both can serve this place. I run the 80 kVA at night and I run the 100 kVA during the day. So it saves fuel, it saves the country money and the reduction. We can go here, you don't have.
So these are the fan then, eh?
Yeah, no, the AC then.
The AC that they're fan. Okay.
So here again, biometric, everything. I'm authorized to enter. So, what you have? Sierra Leone, the national carrier, line. You have this here, and Omium is on. Africell is on. Afcom is also on. Airtel is on. And there's another company called IPTEL, they're also on. Sierra Wi-Fi, it's called Sierra Wi-Fi, they are on as well. So all of these companies are now operating. And Sierra Tel is actually, we're using, you see Sierra Tel is actually coming to connect with fiber. That's their fiber they've pulled in. So Sierra Tel will be bringing 10G in here, which means they'll have the better opportunity than any of these guys. Because everybody is currently using microwave to take their capacity, and they're only using STM1s. With the fiber, Sierra Tel can take up to 10 gig here.
So like Sierra Leone is going to be the first company to have the fiber?
Yes, what they've done is they have this project called Metropolitan Fiber, which installed DWDM fiber all over Freetown, all the way to Jewel. And also to go to the provinces, they have 4x1 STM1s, which is really going to create ADSL in terms of running triple play, like voice, video, and data, like we had in America, you know. So it's going to be, when you come to Sierra Leone, once this project is over, they're almost done with the project, and the landlines are coming back. It's going to be robust, it's going to be cheaper, you can do your triple play, you pay one package, voice, video, and data. Sierra Leone is going to be able to afford that. So you see, the government, what the government has been doing is to actually attack the telecom telecoms issue head on by providing over $100 million in projects. So this fiber project costs about 25 million plus the ancillaries another 5-6 million. So it's about 31 million. Then what they did not pass the money to anybody. They paid directly to the ACE consultant, which we are a member of. Now they have the other project called Echo One. It's going to start, they've already given a British company, an Irish company. That project is going to start soon. It's going to do DWDM fiber from Freetown all the way to the Liberian border in Zime and Jendema, and from Freetown all the way to the Guinean border at Balmuya. So once we have all of this, it means we have connectivity all throughout. But there were areas that were left out, like McKinney. There are some areas where this cable didn't go through. So what the government has done is create another project called the National Backbone. Create another project called the National Backbone, and that National Backbone project is actually the National Backbone project is actually also installing EWDM fiber all around those mining areas and other areas that the National Backbone, the Echo One project will now go. So you have a complete loop in the country, you have complete fiber connectivity, and in the next 2 to 3 years, I will guarantee everyone that Sierra Leone in terms of connectivity will be like the first world. In fact, there were guys from African Union that came here and told us personally that Sierra Leone is far ahead of its peers in terms of taking the initiative to have this country truly connected. So let us take politics out. I don't care if you're APC, SLPP, PMDC, whatever. For some of us who are technocrats and love technology and love our country, I think it's an exciting period to come back to your country, contribute in any meaningful way that you can, because now you can stay here and access servers in New York, Europe, China, anywhere, because you are connected. I use Fiber, I use Tango, I use WeChat, I use all of these free applications to communicate with my friends all over the world. So we are arriving and Sierra Leone is getting there. That first you can see up there, Mr. Bakar King. Everybody's connected via microwave. So this is what they have. And what I was trying to explain to you, and the importance of having Sierratel coming here via fiber, is that the capacity of this equipment is is kind of low. They can only take one STM1, and they cannot go. I'm sure there are other microwave equipment that might push beyond STM1, but that's still kind of small. But what Sierratel is bringing, compare like you have an 8-lane road. Sierratel is coming to this station with an 8-lane road when these guys are only coming here with just a small footpath. And that's the comparison. So it means Sierratel can take a lot more information, data, whatever you want to call it, from here out to the Sierra Leoneans, the ordinary Sierra Leoneans, and also bring back in to this station for the external wall or the outside wall through here.
So when you say these guys, who does this?
The other operators. At the initial beginning of the project, we had limitations. There were no connections here. So basically, this is good that we're getting fiber here. So all of these guys, we have what we call open access. They can now ride on Sierratel's infrastructure and use it. It reduces their expenses. And what the government is trying to do in the sector, as a matter of fact, is to make sure that one entity controls all the infrastructure, like they did in England, BT and others. So Salcab is being positioned to be able to take care of the infrastructure. So it will also reduce the barrier, the entry into the industry. It will encourage our youths, young guys from universities, who are innovative enough to take advantage of the infrastructure without the cost, to create new jobs, to create new opportunities, to export products in terms of software and all of that. And you can even do outsourcing here. Sierra Leoneans can now stay here and work for companies located anywhere in the world because they will have the capacity, the bandwidth, and so to do that. Business intelligence is going to improve because now what you can do, you could aggregate your data, you create data warehouses where you'll be able to sell those data. In fact, for knowledge, a lot of the times they rank us at the bottom of most of this World Health Organization data or statistics in other areas because we don't have the data. This thing is going to encourage us to be able to gather the data, harness the data, perform a regression analysis, any other tools that we need to make it better. And so you will see our position rising up in a lot of these areas. And that's what Ghana and other West African countries have done that is making them better today. We can, that thing there, already lays inside the hole.
Okay. No problem.
This is a young Sierra Leonean businessman. This is an important person.
Okay.
He's the founder of SBTS, so let him talk for himself.
Okay.
Yeah, when you edit. Mr. Luis.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, so basically, just a simple explanation of who you are as a businessman in Sierra Leone, sir.
Okay, my name is Evelyn Lewis. I'm the CEO of SBTS Group and Training Soul, and also a member of past chairperson for Internet Society, and also a member of the National ICT Task Force that wrote the ICT policy itself.
What can you say about the fiber optic camera at the moment?
Well, as we've always said in the past, the fiber should be a fundamental building block for Sierra Leone. And this is for all Sierra Leoneans, and I think it's a level of excitement that people are looking forward to in terms of when they would actually realize it. And some of those key infrastructures are being implemented as we speak, and that is also good news because I think at the end of the day what we're looking for is to get this to the last man in the last village, and some of the steps that are being taken right now is exactly what will take it to that level and make it affordable for everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So if you need any training, these are the people. Again, we will create, what the government is trying to do is create the infrastructure and the enabling environment for guys like Mr. Evelyn Lewis to harness, use what we call innovation, use their head, be innovative, be creative, to create jobs for our young people. This young man here you see employs a lot of Sierra Leoneans, and his business is dependent on the fact that we make the environment easy and create the enabling environment for companies like him to strive. He cannot compete with multinational corporations. So what do? As a government, you create the enabling environment, make the ground level, like we say. So you use your innovation to make you progress or stay behind. That's what people like him are doing.
Thank you very much, sir. As we have seen, fiber optic is here in Sierra Leone, and very soon it will be available to everyone who can afford it. The question is, at what cost? So how much is the ordinary man will be paying in order to enjoy this facility of this quickly advanced technological world? So we are waiting to see what will come next. The time when fiber optic, fast speed internet, television services will be available to the ordinary man in the village, and at what cost. So thank you for watching this video. I hope we have given you some information about fiber optic and how it works. Till next time, take care. I am Bakar King. So this is the
Beach manhole.
beach manhole.
Yeah, it's a BMH, or what we call the beach manhole. See?
So these are basically just cables that are connected in here.
But actually the cable is connected.
The cable came.
The cable came from
Yes.
Okay.
So the cable came from the ocean. Go ahead and tell it. No, the cable came from the ocean all the way, and this where you're standing here, what you've seen here is a duct. This duct leads all the way to the outside. So the cable is buried there. So it's going through here. You can see the cable here now. If you stand here, Mr. King, the cable is right there. You can see it. So that's the actual fiber cable.
That's the black
And
one.
you see they had that rope tied on it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they used to pull it in.
Alright.
Yes, so this is a cable. And then it goes, now you see it going to another hole, and it goes to this hole, to that. It goes from here to the zero manhole on the side.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So normally what we're doing, as you can see, water is no problem, but once in a while we need to clean the water out and take but water is okay because the cable is lying on the water anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is how this whole thing, and here, all you're seeing here also there's a duct here. All of these places, we have ducts everywhere. We have ducts there. You saw the cable that we just pulled in, we said it's our attachment. That's our attachment cable. It's ducted. So it came through here. That's where I tell cable came through here, outside.
Okay.
They brought it from outside and then it's in here. So everything is underneath, underground here. And if you go here to this pier area, so what we have is a very sophisticated system that is equal to anything they have in Europe. You know, in Europe now they are now moving because of the early contender issues. They had the earlier technologies, and some countries are now trying to upgrade their fiber. So we are not evolving in terms of the technology. We leapfrog to the top. So, man, no.